Even though there are preventative measures that can be put in place to avoid mold contamination, no cultural heritage institution is safe from it. In order to prevent it from spreading and becoming an issue for all holdings, it is important to deal with it as quickly as possible. When mold appears, the first priority is to identify the source of the contamination, which will always be caused by the presence of moisture. Wet walls, leaking pipes, malfunctioning air conditioning. It is then important to protect yourself from dust and mold by wearing disposable plastic nitrile gloves, an FFP2 or FFP3 quality dust mask, goggles, and an overall or coverall. The moldy documents should then be isolated. If only a few documents are affected, they should be placed in paper enclosures and then removed from the rest of the holdings. In the case of more wide-scale contamination, the area will need to be covered with plastic sheeting. Where there is high ambient relative humidity, dehumidifiers should be installed set to 40 or 45% relative humidity. Once the material that has been contaminated by mold has been isolated and evacuated, it is recommended that air be circulated around the unaffected collections. Fans placed in front of shelving aisles can be used to circulate air and prevent the contents from becoming moldy. During all these procedures, the air conditioning must be switched off and the affected area should be sealed off from the external environment. The air vents are sealed to prevent the spread of spores as well as to stop moist air from penetrating into the store. If the contamination is minor and only affects a limited number of documents, these can be placed in a clean, insulated room with a relative humidity of around 40%. They should be left to dry in this room for at least 2 months and then thoroughly cleaned with a conservation-grade vacuum cleaner. Moldy surfaces and surfaces on which documents were shelved are cleaned with a conservation-grade vacuum cleaner equipped with a HEPA filter. They are then carefully wiped with a microfiber cloth, which can be impregnated with a fungicidal and sporicidal liquid. If used, this liquid should be rinsed and dried off surfaces. Under no circumstances should it come into direct contact with the collections. If the contamination is severe or affects a large number of documents, these should be placed in archive boxes and removed from the building. Then they should be disinfected with ethylene oxide or gamma rays. Moldy surfaces, as well as those that held documents, are also dusted and cleaned. And mobile air decontamination devices can be installed to clean the air in the room.